Welcome to Tia's Table, where we talk about making fitness and wellness doable for busy women like you and me. Looking for healthy meal ideas, workout motivation, and good conversation? Don't worry, I got you, girl. Sit back, grab a snack, and let's have some girl talk. Hey girl, hey, welcome back to Tia's Table. I'm Tia, a certified group fitness instructor and nutrition coach. I help women develop healthy habits that align with their health, wellness, and fitness goals. If you or someone you know is interested in living a healthier lifestyle, have them reach out to me. They can do that by emailing me at tiavfitness@gmail.com. We've got some great things going on in the app right now. We are currently doing 75 hard. Today is day 5. By the time you hear this, it will be day 6. And I'm super proud of all of the women that have gotten started with the challenge. They have been eating really well. I can't even put into words how impressed I am with how well they have taken to the nutrition piece of the challenge. That is a huge focus for the challenge this time around. And I am just so impressed with how well everyone is doing. So a round of applause for everyone doing 75 hard right now. You guys are killing that nutrition piece. Everyone has been working out and we have gotten off to a strong start. I will be hosting another 75 hard before the summer. So if you're interested in doing it, or if you want to just work with me just in general, feel free to either message me on Instagram at tiavfitness, or you can email me tiavfitness@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you about that. We have a lot of new things going on, actually, because it's the start of the new year, and that's when all of the new things just blossom and bloom, do they not? If you check your email right now, that is if you get my emails, right? If you're subscribed to the TVF newsletter, then you should also be receiving an email with the new newsletter. As promised, the newsletter did make a return here in 2025. It is a labor of love. I'm so excited to share it. It is a digital magazine. This month, our issue talks about, of course, Pilates, because I'm in deep in my Pilates era right now. So we're talking about Pilates. There's a really great food idea in there. We talk about creating a new lifestyle. There is a feature. I'm telling the story of a woman that is inspiring and relatable. So please check it out. Check your email. The email will tell you how to access the issue, and I hope everyone really enjoys it, and I can't wait to tell stories and really flex my creative muscle with that project all year long. So thank you guys for subscribing to the newsletter, and thank you for opening it and actually reading it. I have missed making it, and I hope you welcome this new one with open eyes and arms, right? What is on my table right now? Well, I gotta be honest with you. We have had family in town for the whole Christmas break. We have been hosting and doing all the things. So right now, I'll tell you what's not on my table. What's not going to be on my table anymore after tomorrow. After tomorrow, I don't want to see another piece of cake. I don't want to see anything fried. I don't want to go out to eat. I'm done. I need for some of my own food to start showing up around here again, because my goodness, I was so done with food yesterday that I literally went to bed borderline nauseous. I'm I can't eat another thing that I didn't make. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I can tell that my body had gotten used to one thing that it really likes, and that's the little healthy whole foods that I eat. Because this little stretch of eating, all of the other things, while some of them may have been tasty, I don't think my body has enjoyed it all that much. So I'm excited to get back into my regular eating routine. I feel like a salad is calling my name. I feel like some salmon is calling my name. Maybe a yummy salmon bowl might be calling my name. I feel like I really just want to just drink some water, which I've been doing that anyway. But I can tell all of the sodium has made me so thirsty. My body just feels completely different. So I might really have a week of salad just to get myself back into the groove of eating all of the things that I know that I know I really like and enjoy. And then we'll go from there. We'll see what my taste buds call for after, we just do a quick little reset on our little tummies and our taste buds, right? So not too much. But with it being the start of the year, I figured our first call of the year really should be about a couple things. And that is, of course, the whole newness of the new year. And because she literally is always on beat and she is always everywhere that I know I happen to be, it is only right that I use Beyoncé's Christmas Day performance as a segue into what we will be talking about today. Now, if you're like me, then on Christmas Day, you were dressed up in your cowgirl wear that had a little bit of a Christmas tinsel vibe to it. I was decked out from head to toe in silver. I had on my Renaissance cowgirl hat. I had on a silver tinsel colored halter bodysuit with a Western themed cropped jacket that was sequin shiny with all of the tassels. I had on some rhinestone cowgirl boots, the ones that I wore to the Renaissance concert, actually. Got to wear those again, and I was excited. I was excited for that performance because I knew it was going to be amazing. I was not prepared for how amazing it was, but I knew it was going to be great. I was expecting great things because that's typically what you get from Beyoncé, right? Yes, we're all on the same page. That's great. So when it started and she was riding that horse, singing 16 carriages, I was like, yes, this is what I came for. This is what I wanted. Then she started saying Blackbird. And I thought to myself, as she was singing Blackbird, oh, it would have been so nice if she had had the other girls come out with her. Like, that would have been a great moment for them. And as soon as I thought it, she did it. So now we're seeing all the girls. They get their moment, right? Then she hits the stage. We open up officially with like Yaya, and it's giving rock and roll. It's giving an ode to rock and roll. Her dancing definitely is giving a little bit of foreshadowing. I think Act 3, we're definitely in a rock and roll era now, or like a funk era, something like that. But anyway, she's dancing. Blue is dancing. We see Shabuzi. We see, what is his name? Post Malone. Him. Is that his name, y'all? I don't know, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Him, we see him. He is like beside himself. He's so happy to be there. And it is just an overall amazing performance from start to finish. There's nothing bad to be said about it, right? Unless you're a hater. Unless you're somebody who just looks for the bad or the negative where it just simply does not exist. And when I was online afterwards and I saw people saying things about the same performance that I had just seen, I found myself to be just a little confused. I was in a state of confusion because I'm like, how did they get that from what we all clearly just watched? And then that's when it dawned on me that some people, despite how great you will be, time and time again, you are a proven success. Some people, though, are going to be committed. They are dedicated. They are strong in their discipline of not getting you, of not understanding you, and quite possibly just not liking you at all, right? That is what they wake up every day to do, is to just not understand you and to make sure you feel misunderstood. Because for some people, it's not going to be enough to just misunderstand you and let everybody know that they don't get it. They are going to want you to also know that they really think you're undeserving and that they really don't understand why anyone else would think that you're as great as you are, right? Which typically after a Beyoncé performance, I am very inspired. I do feel like, wow, now she can do that and she's got 3 kids. And please don't say nothing to me about that girl having a different 24 hours. I know she's got help. I know. I get it. We know, but we say these things and we're halfway kidding, but we're halfway serious. Now, if she can do all of that, surely I can make a digital magazine, right? If she can do all that, surely I can coach women. I can help them to feel better about themselves. If she can do all that and enjoy it and show up as herself and do something that she loves, surely I can do that too, in my own way, of course. But I can do that too. So what is stopping me from doing it, right? What is stopping me from doing it? And what I gained from the whole Christmas Day performance hoopla of it all is what she said to Chloe. You post, but you don't scroll, right? So I do my job and I don't talk to people about it anymore, right? I'll share the things that I want to share. I'll fulfill all of these creative dreams that I have for myself. And I will post them out into the internet and I will drop it there as if the internet is one big empty void, which it kind of low key is, right? But the days of me like wanting people to like see my work and acknowledge it and recognize it as hard work or as work that is good. No, those days are over. Because now I completely understand that as long as I'm serious about what I'm doing, it is okay if other people overlook it. Because that's what they're going to do, right? That is what they're going to do. Which brings me to what we all talk about here. Starting the new year is such a huge time for most people. And I know it's very cliche for people to say like, oh, in 2025 or at the start of the new year, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to work out. I'm going to lose that 20 pounds, whatever, because everyone does it, right? They say, I'm going to get back into the gym. I'm going to start using my fitness equipment again. We say all these things. And in January, at least these first 2 weeks anyway, we are really good about doing all of the things. We really are. But then somewhere along the way, either we do it to ourselves or maybe it's from someone in our, so-called support system. Something happens and we get taken off of the path that we were so passionate about at the start of the new year. And why is that? I had a conversation with someone who is being featured in this month's issue of the digital magazine that might be in your inbox, right? And she and we were talking about her own personal fitness journey. And somewhere in our conversation, we ended up coming into agreement that for a lot of women, especially if you are a woman that is driven by acknowledgement, recognition, or that feeling of success, this journey is hard or could be perceived as being hard for you because you can't feel the success. The success does not come fast enough. And the work is so tedious and you have to be kind of relentless in your energy, right? You're constantly weighing your food or you're constantly thinking about what you're eating. You're constantly thinking about a workout. And in the beginning, it feels overwhelming. It feels like a lot and it feels heavy. And it is a long time before you feel any type of success or before you get any type of recognition. So if you're a person who is out there and you are driven by those types of things, like you're driven by accolades, you're driven by applause, you're driven by a lot of external validation, I would like to encourage you in the year of 2025 to start working on being motivated by your own applause. Reward yourself, right? Cheer for yourself, acknowledge yourself, and recognize yourself for the work that you're doing because it's going to be a long time before anybody else does. And more than that, there are going to be people who just outright refuse to acknowledge or recognize that you are doing all of these great things, that you are taking better care of yourself. You might lose 20 pounds and no one's going to say a thing, right? If a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, did it fall? Is that how the thing goes? I don't know. But if you lose that 20 pounds and no one says anything, did you lose it? yeah, girl, you still lost it. So you're going to have to learn to be excited for you. Learn to recognize and acknowledge yourself. But more than that, you have to start acknowledging the day-to-day work. If you're waiting for the end goal before you celebrate anything, you're going to be waiting for quite some time, right? And for people who are driven by success in that way, you might fall off the wagon because you're going to feel like it's not happening fast enough, or it's not happening the way you thought it would based on all the work that you're doing, right? I think that's why a lot of people fall off. Well, not a lot of people, just, people who are driven because they're high achievers, right? If you think about it, celebrating yourself on a daily basis for just doing the things gives you such a sense of peace, right? You are going to feel so good at the end of every day, at the end of each week, just by telling yourself like, "Ooh, girl, like you did good today. Like you did good." Instead of maybe having the attitude of like, I couldn't eat this, or I had a craving for that, and like I'm fighting. But that's a real thing too, though. Fighting cravings and wanting things that you feel like you can't have, and like doing the work is hard. So I'm not saying that it's not. But what I am saying is that if you shift your perspective, you think about it in a different way, you can get to a place where you're saying to yourself, I can be successful at this every day. I can master the task of eating well every day. I can master the task of working out every day. I can master the task of making time for myself every day. I can master the task of drinking enough water every day, of doing my bedtime routine and setting myself up for a great night of sleep every day. I can be successful each day if I choose to look at it that way. If I take some of the value off of whatever I thought the reward is for doing all of this, because that doesn't come until later, right? If I take a lot of the value out of that and I just focus on the day-to-day work, I can feel successful every single day, and maybe that will keep me in my routine. It's almost similar to going to college, right? You go to college, at the end of all of those credits, you will eventually graduate. Now, for some people, you graduate in 4 years. For others, it may take a little bit longer than that. But no matter how long it takes you, you will eventually get to the finish line as long as you show up every semester and you take those classes. You earn those credits, it will come. And you know how good you feel at the end of every semester? When you get those grades and you're like, yep, I made it through another semester. Yep, I made it through another semester. And what do they tell you about college? It doesn't matter when you start, as long as you finish. It does not matter how long it takes you to finish, as long as you do, right? Right, or at least that's what they used to say back when I was going to college. I went to college in 2002. I graduated in 2006. But back when I was going, they would tell you it doesn't matter how long it takes you to finish, as long as you finish. It is the same way with the stuff we talk about here. It does not matter how long it takes you to reach your goal, as long as you eventually do. Because in the meantime, from the start of your journey to whenever it is you reach your goal, you're going to learn so much about yourself. And I say this all the time, but the slow and steady, the woman that's doing it slow and steady, she is truly winning the race. If there is one, there really isn't a race. It's not a competition. But if it was, she'd be winning. I'm just saying. Because the person that does it low and slow, she's learning a lot about her body. The woman that does it low and slow knows how to use the tools in her toolkit when she needs to. So she knows she can have a little fun during the holiday season because she knows how to get right back to it at the top of the year and work out and eat well to fall right back in line with what her body needs and what it likes, what it responds to. She is a person who knows, oh, okay, I might be going on a trip like next month, whatever. I know what to do if I want to take my routine up a notch so that I feel a little bit better when I'm on my trip, right? She knows how to manipulate her routine so that it suits where she's actually at in her life and her lifestyle. And she learns all of that because while she's going through the process of getting in better shape, she's choosing to focus on the day-to-day changes that she notices with her body, and she's logging her food and she's doing all the things instead of focusing on possibly how miserable she might be and about how none of it is fun and she misses this and she misses that. And I totally get it, because sometimes you will want something and you will have to tell yourself no, and that's not always fun. But when we think about what is in store for us, if we are consistent with how we treat ourselves, we will feel the success of all that we're doing much sooner. And we might even possibly learn to enjoy the journey a lot more, because people will often ask that, like, how is it that you really like eating this way? Or like, there's no way you really like, salads as much as you do. And it's like, yeah, no, I actually do. Because I'm at that place in my life now and in my journey now where I know I've eaten enough of the things that don't agree with me that I actually crave what works for me now, right? Just like I just said at the beginning of this call, or was it in the first take of this call? Girl, I'm not sure. I really don't, because I had a couple takes in the beginning. But over this past week or so, while we've had family in town and stuff, we've eaten out more often than we would. We've gotten takeout. We've just been having a good time, right? And I can tell my body is grossed out by it. Like last night when I went to bed, I felt gross. This morning when I woke up, I felt gross. And I haven't even been drinking. This is totally just from food that I feel like yuck. Like I can tell my body wants the other kind of food that it's used to eating. You might laugh at me, but my body is literally like, girl, we went from chickpea stew to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you forget how to make a salad? Like, did the air fryer break? Are we out of salmon? Like, really, what's tea, boo? Because right now we feel awful. We feel awful. And it's totally based off of the food. And now that I have learned what foods work for me and how my body responds to food, I know, Tia, is nothing wrong with you. You just need to go back to eating how you were. That is what I want for everybody in 2025. I want you to know so much about your body that you too start to feel like a little off when you don't have the nutrition that your body is used to. Or, after you haven't worked out for a few days, initially you feel rested and you feel great, and your body might not have the workout aches and pains, and that's great. But maybe after a few days, you also feel like, oh man, I miss my little daily walk. Oh, I really miss my Pilates class. I'm so excited to get back on the reformer. Oh, my body really wants to move. I actually want to go do something. Not that I have to, not that I need to, not because I'm trying to lose weight or not because of anything else. I genuinely just want to go do this because this is who I am and this is what I do. And when I'm out of my routine for too long, mentally, I miss what my body likes. That is my goal for 2025. I want people to know that it is possible for you to get to a place where it truly is a lifestyle and it's not something that, I get up here and preach about or other people get on social media and talk about. We're not special. People who work in the fitness industry, there's nothing special about us. Not a thing. I mean, we are everybody is special in the eyes of God. So we are special, but we not special like that. It's nothing different about me that you don't have in you. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. We are one and the same. I get up in the morning and I hit my snooze button sometimes. I'm like, ooh, I don't want to. But then I make myself get up. And once I'm up and I'm actually doing the workout, I'm like, okay, this is not so bad. And then certainly once it's over, I'm like, yay, I'm glad I did that, right? I'm no different than anybody else. No trainer is. The only thing that maybe makes people who work in the fitness industry different? Well, number one, fitness is their job. So, and take that for everything that it means, right? That's number one. But then number two, the only other thing that's different is that they've been doing it long enough that it is second nature to them. So they don't have to think about it as much, which takes me to another point. In the beginning, yes, things seem like a lot, but I promise that at some point in your journey, you will get to a place where you are not having to weigh your food. You're not having to always portion it out. You'll just know. You'll know the foods that are your go-to foods. You'll know what the portions look like. And you would have trained yourself to know these things. Just like starting a new job. When you first, get to a new job, you go through a training period so that you can learn all there is to know about whatever job you're doing. And initially, it feels like a lot. It's kind of like, ooh, what have I got myself into? Or, ooh, I hope I asked for enough money because this job seems like more than what I signed up to do. But then after a few weeks, you're like, okay, this is, I got this. Certainly after a year, you go to work, girl, and you can halfway work and still do your job. It is the same way with this. In the beginning, it is like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? After a few weeks, you're like, oh, okay, this is not so bad. I got it. I can do this. This time next year, if you stick with it, you'll be able to literally, I promise you, halfway do this and maintain whatever results that you have. Because you'll know what to do enough of, and it's different for everybody. That's why I can't get up here and give a formula. But you'll know whether you're a person that needs to walk every day or maybe strength train 5 days a week. You'll know which one you are. You'll know if you're a person that really needs to eat all that protein, or if you maybe need to be eating a little bit less protein and focus more on getting those carbs in. You will know. You'll know if you're the kind of person who can have some type of treat or whatever 1 or 2 times a week and still maintain your results. You'll know if you're a person that kind of has to ride the straight and narrow and maybe you have to plan for your stuff. You will know. I feel like Tevin Campbell. You will know. You will know. You will know. You will know. But the only way you're going to find out is if you stick with it long enough to learn about yourself. And why wouldn't you want to know these things about you? That's the part that I really just don't even get. Why wouldn't you want to know this stuff about you? You are the most important thing in your life. So why wouldn't you want to know? And hopefully this is the year that you find out. Hopefully this is the year that you really do buckle down and you're able to get it. I hope that this is the year, because wouldn't it be great if we all went into 2026 and we just knew everything there was to know about us, which would free us in a lot of ways. We could focus our energy and our attention on other things that bring us joy, because this really wouldn't be a concern for us anymore. How amazing would that be? How amazing would it be? Truly, that should be the goal. The goal should be to master ourselves in such a way that we truly are so mentally free that if you wanted to, you could take up 1,000,000 hobbies if you wanted to, because you're not worried about all the other things. Because now you have the time to do other things, because you know how long your workouts are going to be. You know how to quickly plate your food and what those plates are supposed to look like, right? You can get to a place where it is easy, but you will never get there if you give up, right? And I think that's the thing. Most people just stop and they say, oh, well, it's not worth it, before they ever even get to a place where the change is actually happening. I just want to remind everyone that last year when we started 75 Hard for the first time, I can't speak to all of the women that did it because I don't know what day it was for all of them, but I know for me, it was literally day 50. It was day 50 of the challenge. The challenge was basically almost over, We only had a third of it left. before my body started to say, now, you know what, girl? I see you doing all this stuff, and I think I'm going to take heed to what you're doing. I think I'm going to give you some results, but it was day 50. What if I had quit on day 45 or 30 or 25, right? What if I had just stopped? I'm so glad I didn't, because it was day 50 before I saw anything. So think about the start of your new journey in that way too. And I know a lot of people are doing a lot of different challenges. I see some 75 hards going on. I see some 100 days straight fitness challenges happening. And I encourage everybody to stay with whatever challenge that you're doing, because it might not be day 5. It might not be day 15. It might not even be day 50. But eventually, if you stick with what you're doing long enough, you will see the success that no one can see, but you'll see it. But then you'll also see success that everybody can see. But don't wait for them to clap for you. Don't stop doing all of the good things if no one else recognizes it or acknowledges it. Because just like Beyoncé, you can be great. You can do something great. You can show up as yourself. It can be awesome, and it will be. And it is possible that you're not going to get the response that you want. But that is okay, because you are so great to you that you're not even going to care about that, right? And you're going to stay on your journey regardless of what is happening around you. That too is something that I hope we're really able to master in 2025. That no matter what is happening around me, I still hold myself up as my highest priority. All of this could be burning down. And I'm still going to figure out what things I can still do. Because let's be honest, sometimes you're not going to be able to do all of this stuff all the time. But because you've studied yourself enough, you'll know which things to pick and choose, right? You'll know, oh, I might not be able to work out right now because I've got all these things going on. But I know enough about my nutrition to know I can't put that down. I have to at least keep eating really well. And I have to at least maybe try to walk for 15 minutes a day. If that's all I can do, that's what I'm going to do. Because I know that's enough to at least maintain where I am right now. You know? And we can get there, but you just cannot quit. This is going to be the year where we don't quit. This is going to be the year where we stay with it, where we pay attention to ourselves, where we log that food. Let me tell you right now, if you are on some type of fitness challenge journey, 75, 100, 6 months, whatever it is, but you're still not logging your food, girl, you may as well stop. You may as well sit down. You may as well sit down if you're not doing the food part, right? And that's not to say that you won't see some type of success only doing the workouts, because there is success in that. Because if you went from not working out at all to now you're working out every day, girl, there is achievement in that. And I celebrate you. I applaud you, and I'm clapping for you all the way from inside my closet recording this podcast, right? But if you're on some type of fitness journey or you're doing a challenge and you're not at all thinking about the nutrition piece, then maybe once you hear this podcast episode, you let that be day 1 of your nutrition challenge, right? You start adding nutrition into what you're doing, because it serves you not to do all of that working out without also learning the food piece or practicing the food piece, because you know what's going to happen there? You'll work out and you'll be feeling good because working out makes you feel good, right? And in the beginning, you will see success. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm losing weight because I'm working out and this is great and this is so great and this is awesome. But then you know what's going to happen? You're going to hit what people like to call a plateau, which really kind of is not even a thing, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But you're going to feel like you hit a plateau and you're going to say, I'm not losing weight anymore. Why? And it's because you're still eating the same as you were before you started working out. Only in the beginning, your body was in some type of shock. And so it started burning fat and losing weight. But then once you started working out, your body is also going to say, oh, but I need more fuel. I need more energy. And so it's going to start to slow down a little bit because your body's going to be like, oh, she's trying to kill us. Once you start focusing on the nutrition, your body will feel safe again, and it'll start getting you back on the road to where you want to be. Don't ignore the nutrition. I know the nutrition part is the part that no one wants to do. Everybody wants to work out. Working out is fun. It's trendy. Like all the cool girls are doing it. You know, on Wednesdays, we go to Pilates and we wear cute sticky socks. But we also drink a lot of water and we eat really well. We do that too. So if you need help with nutrition, you know I'm your girl. I make it super easy. I'm very realistic in all of the expectations. And I'm here to help you and support you. If you don't want to work with me or another coach, like that's fine, because you actually don't have to. But girl, get yourself a food scale and learn how to use that bad boy and make what you're doing with working out as big of a priority as you can, but also do the same thing with nutrition and food. They go together. They're married. You know, I would like to think of nutrition and working out like the Barack and Michelle, you know, of our time. They go together. They done been together for a long time, and they've seen great highs and great lows, but they always stay together. It's the same thing with your workout plan and your eating plan. It's going to be a winding road, right? It's going to be a Sheryl Crow moment. But if you stick with it, everything that you want will be on the other side of it. I can guarantee you that. Let this be the year that you master you in all of the ways that you would like to and that you would need to. That is what I want for you. That's what I want for all of us, actually. You can do it. It is hard in the beginning, but it does not stay that way forever. So if you're on a journey and you can hear me right now, repeat that to yourself over and over again as you move throughout your journey. On the days where you feel like nothing is happening and I want to quit, hear the sound of my voice, and I'll try not to say it's so Southern, but hear my voice say it will not be hard forever. One day it will come just as natural to you as waking up, as breathing, as doing literally every other thing you do in your life. I promise you it will be. So, wanted to start the year off with a little bit of a pep talk. You know, the workout report for right now is still super simple. I'm going to Pilates, I'm walking, and I'm weight training. And I gotta say, every time I go to a Pilates class, and I think there's no way it's going to be as challenging as the last class. There's no way that we can keep doing new things in here with the same equipment. Girl, it gets more challenging. And it excites me in a way that might be disturbing to other people. I love it. When my class is in there and everybody is like, and they're like moaning and groaning, like I love it. I have a very audible class. I have a very expressive class. I love them. They are so funny and I just enjoy my time there. But during class, when everybody is like complaining, I find that I'm the one in there. And it's not because I'm in shape, because all of us are like not in shape for this. You know what I'm saying? You're only in shape for what you train for. So it's not that at all. I just want that to be clear. I just really like it. I'm just like, ooh, yes. You want me to put my knee on this ball and my foot on the platform and you want me to push up? Yes, I want to try. I want to try doing it, even though it is crazy. and your body probably should not be contorted in such a way. Yes, I want to test my coordination and my balance and see if I can do this. Sometimes I can do it and sometimes I cannot. But when I can't do it, I love that because then I feel challenged and it's like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, so now I have to come back tomorrow because I need to keep working on my core. And when did Pilates classes start for me? Did they start in November? Yeah, I think they did start in November. And it's January now, and I can tell that my core has gotten a lot stronger. Some of the things that they ask us to do in class in the beginning, I could barely do them. And now I'm like, yeah, that's weird. I can do this now. I love it. One of my goals for 2025 is to get as close as I would like to do 200 Pilates classes, meaning like right now, I think I already have 25 classes maybe, or is it 24? I don't know, but I have over 20 classes completed. And I would love to hit 200 classes this year. And I have done the math, and in order for me to do that, I would have to take 15 classes a month, which is going to be a little difficult for me because I don't go to class on the weekends. Like I don't go to class on the weekends. And I haven't been going to Pilates every day when my kids are actually in school. So I was going quite a bit when the kids were out of school because I could go to those super, super early classes. But when school starts back on Thursday, I'll be back on my regular schedule. And that schedule is not like a daily schedule. I only go a couple times a week so that I have time during the week to do other kinds of workouts. So I don't know if that's a realistic goal. I might have to think about it. It's already on my bingo card, though, so I kind of feel like either I'm not going to put a sticker on that or I need to do some new math and change it on my bingo card. And I might do that. I might need to set it to like 175, like 175 classes. But then again, I don't know because there will be some school breaks all throughout the year where I could kind of tiptoe over a little more than usual. And then, of course, the summer will come and I could double dip sometimes over the summer. So I don't know. Maybe we keep it at 200 and we just see how close we get. Because if I don't hit 200, I'll get very close enough to it to make me happy. Because like truly, girl, it's really not even about the 200. It's about showing up over there because I really like the results. I'm loving the results of going to those classes. Like they have been chef's kiss good to me, which is just such a great reminder that everybody does not need those super high impact, crazy workouts. Some people's bodies really does just respond better to lower impact activities. So take that for what it's worth, because I know some people really do enjoy like the boot camps and the CrossFits and they want to sling themselves all around and like do all of the things. But me, no, I want to put on a cute outfit and I want to go somewhere and I want to have a sense of community. Like I like the fact that I go to group fitness classes and I see the same women almost every day. Like we've learned each other's names and we chat before and after class and it's fun. Like I love it. And then we all get into our cars and we go home. There's no extra, nothing, or at least not yet, but we're still only a few months into being Pilates sisters, right? Yeah, I love it. And I am still encouraging everyone to try a class at some point in 2025. I really do believe everyone should try it at least once, especially if you're over 40. You should be trying it. Give it a shot. Drop into a class or two and see how you like it, because you might find that you love it. And if you find that you love it, then the next step after that is just being obsessed with it like me, which is great because then you and I could talk about it and it won't be like I'm just this crazy Pilates girl all of a sudden. Please, someone go to class so I can be in this with someone else. I'm living for the moment that someone else becomes a big fan of it like me, because right now I feel like I'm out on an island by myself. So for our first random segment, I wanted to talk about Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex first,
because I saw her trailer for her new Netflix show. And while I can't say that I was a follower of her lifestyle blog, I didn't, to be honest, I knew her as an actress. I knew her from Suits, and Suits was a great show. So she already had me with that one, right? But a friend of mine told me, like, way after the fact, she had already married Harry, right? And we were talking about something, and she put me on to Megan's old website and told me about it. And I was just like, oh, okay. But since I wasn't aware of it when it was being updated, like apparently she was on the Today Show doing segments for it and all kinds of stuff. I wasn't there when it was actually happening. So I kind of missed out on that era with the Duchess, right? But now she has this show on Netflix and the trailer looks so good. It's giving me all of the old school Food Network feels. You know, I still watch Ina Garten. If you have HBO Max, the app, you can pull up some of those old Food Network shows, and I still watch Barefoot Contessa. I still will watch, there's a girl on social media, and I do not know her real, like, birth government name. So I'm sorry about that. But her social media handle is Just Add Hot Sauce. She has a show that comes on the Tastemaker Network, which I think you have to watch through some app. I don't know. And I have whatever app it is. But she has a show that's like that, where she cooks and she talks, and sometimes friends or like her mom comes over, and it's amazing. I love a cooking show that's like that. So when we all saw the trailer, we were like, yes, this is great. This is taking us back to the old school cooking shows that we all grew up watching. We all loved the Martha Stewart kind of thing. We all love, what was the other lady's name? Sandra Lee, Semi Homemade with Sandra Lee. Do y'all remember her? We all loved, and I know it's not going to be popular to say, but y'all know we used to love Paula Deen. Y'all know we used to love Paula Deen. Paula Deen was in there cooking everything. She had her grandkids running all over the place. She had her sons coming through there. We liked Paula. And then, then the news came out about Paula, and then we haven't seen Paula since. But in her time, during her heyday, Paula was really that girl. She had Food Network on lockdown. And I gotta say, that banana pudding recipe still rivals most, right? So the fact that Megan has a show like this and it's on Netflix, and we already know it's going to do numbers. It's going to be in the top 10. Like, it's going to be successful because everything she does is successful. And that's what I wanted to write on Threads. But then I just felt tired and I didn't want to be on on my keyboard tussling back and forth with folks. But I'm like, let's go down her resume, shall we? Apparently she had that lifestyle blog and it was a big deal and it was successful, right? Apparently she used to be doing morning television segments, and those clearly were successful enough that people have been able to find them online and bring them back up to the point where they're trending again. So successful. She had a TV show on USA Network that was great when it was on TV. Then they brought it back to Netflix and it became a trending show all over again. That seems like success to me. Then she married a prince, and not only a prince, she married our favorite prince, Diana's son, Harry, right? Success, is it not? Then she goes on to do the work that Princess Diana used to do. She goes to all the countries. She does all that philanthropic work with her husband. We love it. We celebrate her. And the royal palace said they didn't like her because she worked too much, which I'm going to count as a success, because anytime you can stick it to the man, that's a win to me, right? Success. Then she was like, you know what? This really isn't working for me. All of y'all are crazy. And I can be great back in California where it's sunny and we have the beach and my mama is over there and I can raise these children. Well, I don't think Megan was pregnant yet then, was she? Yeah, she was. She was pregnant when they did that interview where we all wanted to wring that person's neck. Yes. And so she was like, actually, I quit this job and I'm about to go back to California. I'm going back to Cali, actually. Success to me, because anytime you say this isn't working for me and actually I can change my mind about all of this and I can take my husband with me, that's a win to me. Success. Then they get to California and they start that podcast. They do the documentary on Netflix. You know, they're rolling out a couple projects here and there. Nothing too fancy, nothing too big. It's real kind of quiet. But, you know, they're putting feelers out. They're testing the waters. They're doing their projects. And they all seem to be a success. Right? Like Sussex. Success. Ooh, I like that for her. Now, she has a show, a lifestyle show, that seems to be a natural progression from her blog, doing all of the things she loves. And we already know it's going to be a what? A success. Because we all are planning to watch it. I think there's going to be some type of watch party on Threads. I know it's going to trend. I love it. I love it. I love it for her. And I love that when she posted and she shared about it, her first post was her writing in the sand on the beach. Love that for her. And then the second post was, and by the way, I have this new show that's going to come out on Netflix in a couple of weeks. I hope y'all check it out. And I know y'all are happy for me, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my comments off. I love it. I love it because I love to see a woman doing what it is she feels like she's being called to do. She's walking in her purpose. She's not listening to all the noise, and she's just living her life as happy as she knows how to do it. And if you like it, she loves it. If you don't like it, she'll never know because she turned the comments off. And I'm pretty sure she's a post, but don't scroll kind of girl. I mean, I get those vibes from her. So I'm excited for Megan. I hope this show is a great hit, and I hope it's the first of like many things to come from her, because I just know she probably has a lot more to give and to offer. And in due time, I'm pretty sure she'll roll it out. So let's all watch that when it comes out. And I think Megan's show doesn't come out until January 20th, which I was happy to see because the week prior to that, Beyoncé will be making some sort of an announcement. And I hope you didn't think I was just going to talk about her in the beginning of that call and let January 14th go. Now, the announcement can be a few things. We all have our guesses. We've all been speculating what it might be. I personally think it could be a couple things, right? I think it's either going to be some type of new music, so like a new single, maybe. And based on how Beyoncé normally does things, she normally drops a single or like a song or something like that. And then in a week or so, she'll drop like the full album, right? Or maybe like a month later, she'll drop the album. Now, I haven't looked up when the Grammys take place in February. They normally take place after the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl is normally the weekend of my birthday. My birthday is the 7th. The Super Bowl is probably the 9th this year, which means the week after the 9th is what is that? The 16th, maybe? Yeah. The 16th, which means that the Grammys would be more or less a month, close enough, a month from when she makes this announcement on the 14th. Now, my first guess is she drops a single on the 14th, then we get the album either like Grammy night or the night before the Grammys. That way, regardless of how album of the year goes, you're talking about her anyway because that new music is going to slap and we're all going to be talking about that and not about the Grammys, right? That to me is Beyonce's way of doing something. She's going to drop that new song before the whole government switchover thing, right? So we'll be talking about that and focused on that and happy with that instead of other things. Then a month from the 14th, right around Valentine's Day, which will be Grammy weekend, she'll drop the album and people will be talking about the album, celebrating her, loving her, giving her the streams. Then we'll see the award ceremony. And while we don't know what awards she might get, we won't even care because the music will be speaking for itself. Like the art will be speaking for itself and people will be talking about her anyway, right? That would be my first guess. My second guess would be maybe she will release some type of Netflix something, right? So maybe we'll get Renaissance, the film, on the 14th. I doubt it though, y'all. I don't think that's it. But maybe we will, okay, for Act 1. And then maybe we'll get some type of Act 2 film, right? Because it seems as if the film is what closes up this era and opens up the other one. So we might get Cowboy Carter, some type of film, which would then signal to all of us the end of this one. Because see, if you didn't see Renaissance, the movie, when the film went off, My House played the song that she did during the Cowboy Carter performance at the beginning, right? My House played. And if you listen to My House, that's what My House is about, right? It's about people taking over what was never theirs to begin with, right? So like, get out of my house is essentially what the song is about. And then we got Cowboy Carter, the country era, which we all know the story of country music, which makes perfectly good sense. If you had gone to the movie, you had heard My House at the end, and then boom, Cowboy Carter. So I feel like she could do a Cowboy Carter film, which would help fulfill whatever her relationship is with Netflix, right? At the end of that film, we might get a single for Act 3. Or we're going to get one of those songs like My House that's kind of like a transition between Act 2 and Act 3. So that could possibly be it. I don't think she's going to announce a tour right now because, like I have always said about Cowboy Carter, for Cowboy Carter to be a standalone tour, she would have to have Miley Cyrus and Post Malone, Shaboozey, and Willie Jones. But I really think she's just going to act like Willie Jones was never there. I think that's what her plan is. But she would have to have all of them almost every single night, because how bummed would you be if you were at a tour stop where you didn't get to hear Two Most Wanted? Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think we're going to get that. I think she's going to wait until she has Act 3 so she can perform all 3 albums or songs from all 3 albums. That way you get a really great show. And if you happen to be at the LA show where she has Miley Cyrus, then that's great for you. And I love that for you. If you happen to be like at the New York show or the Vegas show, I love that for you. Or maybe the Houston show. Love that. Now, she really does seem to have a soft spot for us here in Atlanta. She really does. So if you happen to be at one of the Atlanta shows and you get Post Malone or you get Miley Cyrus or anybody extra, well, then that's great. I love that for us. But I think that tour is going to be somewhat of a more challenging tour to pull off because it's not just her by herself. And if my, Beehive senses are working properly, I do expect to see more features on Act 3. I would not be surprised if we had a Willow Smith feature on Act 3. I would not be surprised if we had a Lenny Kravitz moment on Act 3. I would not be surprised if we had some other really big rock and roll or like funk feature on Act 3. I mean, the possibilities are really endless, but I'm excited. I don't know what else we could expect other than some of the options that I just listed. And that's January 14th. So we still have about a week and a half to wait. We actually have, what is it? Is it 9 days? Yeah, we still have 9 days before we hear what it's going to be. And I need to check my schedule for January 14th to make sure that I don't have anything important going on that day, so that when whatever is going to happen happens, I'm able to sit and consume. I'm able to sit with it and really dive deep. I deserve a day off. I deserve a day off. So I need to be able to sit with whatever this is, especially if it's new music. I want to just be able to sit and listen, have my coffee and listen. Music is such a big part of what I'm doing in 2025 anyway, that it would only be right for her to drop another album. I feel like her music has always come out when I personally have needed it the most. And I say this all the time. I feel like her music has been the soundtrack to my life. And maybe that's because we're close in age. I don't know. But I feel like if she did drop an album, oh my gosh, that would go crazy. That would go crazy. People would explode, truly, 9 days from now. We wouldn't know what to do. So I'll be waiting just like you, girl, counting down the days. Since the new year has started, I have started with my new year hobbies already. I have been playing the guitar. I've been learning how to hold it. I've been learning how to tune it. And I've just tried to get more comfortable with holding it, playing a couple chords here and there. And I'm in the very early beginning stages of that. So I will keep everyone posted on my guitar journey. I'm very excited about it. I love my guitar. It's a shiny black. It's beautiful. I need to come up with a name for her. I want to put stickers on my guitar bag. And I'm thinking about becoming like a full-blown like guitar girly. Why not? I would not expect anything less from myself, to be honest. It is also on my bingo card to have a guitar recital at some point this year, probably at the end of the year though, which then makes me think, ooh, if you have a recital, should you not take a voice class? Not that I expect to be able to like sing like at all, but I'm like, you at least want to be able to carry a tune enough in front of a group of people and be confident in the tune, right? So I for sure am going to think about that, but continue taking my lessons. And as I get better with the guitar, who knows, maybe I'll play a little bit over on my other number because, I feel like they would give me their good old fashioned feedback and they can help me prepare for my recital a little bit over there. So I'm excited about learning the guitar. Super, super excited about it. I also wanted to become someone who was able to rollerblade this year so that when the weather gets nice, I have another form of cardio that I really enjoy. So I'll be doing that. So far, I have only been rollerblading around my house just to get comfortable, being in them. I honestly want to get some protective gear before I head outside. And I looked up on Amazon to see if they had some type of like tailbone protector. And they do. They make it. They make biker shorts that have built-in like padding and support for people who like do skateboards and do like outdoor sports like rollerblading. So I'm going to order some of those. I'm definitely going to get knee pads. I've been told to get wrist pads, and I'm going to get elbow pads too. And I have been sent videos on how to gracefully fall, like how to fall on purpose so you know how to fall and you don't further hurt yourself when you're falling. So I have a lot to practice and a lot to do before I'm ready to be like out in the wild on those skates. And so I'm working on it. I'm working on it, but I'm very excited. I love my skates. They're all black. They're so me, like they're so chic and fun. And I'm just so excited. This is really the year that I'm going to do everything that I want to do. So I'm playing the guitar. I'm rollerblading. I'm going to learn how to make really yummy, quick pasta and breads. And I'm going to do all the things. And I'm just at a place where I feel very at peace. And I haven't felt like this in a couple years. So I'm very happy to be like in a peaceful place. And when people like see me now, I think that's what they see. Like, I am weird and kind of awkward sometimes, but also that is just because joy is really trying to escape, like, in a physical form out of my body. And I don't know how to manage that because I haven't felt that way in like years. And so it is new to me all over again. And I'm loving that, being in this space. And then lastly, one of the things that I'm doing this year is reading. Now, and I say that every year, but this year I mean it. I mean it because I buy the books, but I don't always read the books. And so I have books on my nightstand that I plan to read throughout the year. But like I mentioned before, I joined a book club because I feel like that is going to be the best way for me to get books under my belt in 2025. We are reading Omar Tyree's Fly Girl this month. I ordered my book on December 24th. My book still has not come yet. I checked the tracking today and they say it's going to come on Tuesday. We will see. I don't know. And wouldn't you know it, I ordered it from Amazon. And I'm like, Amazon, y'all normally deliver stuff in like a day or two. Why is this book taking forever? But they claim I'm going to finally get it on Tuesday. So when it comes, I'm going to read, try to get caught up with where I believe everyone else might be in the book club. I mean, it's only been, by the time I get the book, we would have been 7 days into the year. So I'm going to do some reading, get caught up, and I'm excited about that. It's the Pouring Over Books book club, and I have encouraged everyone else to join it with me so we can talk about these books. Now, the next time I call y'all back, which will be soon because I'm about to get back on my regular schedule with everything. When I call you guys back, I want to talk about what I'm reading because I think that helps me too to kind of like stay with it and keep going. So, yay. I mean, not too bad for our first call of the year, right? It is, yeah, yes. Oh, yes. It's time for me to drink some water, do my skincare routine, and get ready for bed. I hope you all enjoyed this call as much as I did. I hope you've had a beautiful start to 2025. I hope that you've made your vision board. I hope that you've made your own 2025 bingo card. I hope you're playing bingo. I hope you're signed up to get my newsletter and that you open it tomorrow and you read that magazine and you give me your feedback on it. And I hope this year really does bring you everything that your heart desires. Because, girl, like Kendrick Lamar said, you deserve it. So, Happy New Year. Happy 2025 and happy all of the things. I'm Tia. This was Tia's Table. I will talk to you again real soon. Remember, when you're out, compliment a woman, say something nice to her. I promise you it will make her day. Don't compete, don't compare, don't complain. What God has for you is for you. Never knock another woman's hustle. I love you, girl. Bye.